Welcome back YouTube. My name is Dennis Panuta for tutorials.eu. Now that you have seen the three different loop types, it's important to see the last one. And the last one is very powerful if you have a list or if you have an array that you want to run through and to check something within that list. Let's have a look at the for each loop in combination with an array. So let's create an array of integers and I'm going to call that prime num. And it's going to be prime numbers. So it's a new int. And let's just add 5 values in there. So it's going to be 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. Those are the 5 first prime numbers. So now the next thing I want to use is the for each. So here it says template for each loop. All right, let's use that. And in the for each, we only have one thing to enter. So we just say we want to check the prime num, or we want to go through all the prime numbers, the whole array, and we want to check that by doing the following thing. So we create a new variable in here, which we give a different name. So I'm going to call that single prime num in prime num. So maybe a better name for prime num would be prime nums, which means prime numbers. So I'm gonna recall that one here, prime nums. And my single prime num in my prime nums is what I'm gonna check now. So what it says, for each prime number in prime numbers, so for each single prime number in prime numbers, please do the following. So run the code in my body or in my block here, in my code block. So what it will do is it will run through the 2, it will run through the 3, 5, 7, 11. So that means it will repeat itself 5 times. All right, the next what I want to do is now simply debug.log the single prime num. So I'm just gonna show the single prime num, nothing fancy yet. So let's have a look. Let's run that.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
And we see 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So what that does is it runs through our whole array and now it just gives us the value. But what you could use it for is, for example, you could run through an array and check if a specific condition is true. So let's say if the condition of single prime num is equal to 5, if that is true, then do something. For example, you could say, okay, then delete the opponent or kill the opponent or build a new building or something like that, whatever it could be in your game. And here we just simply use continue. What that will do is it will go to the next step. So what we will see here, so let's just run it, then you will see it best, I think. So let's run that. 2, 3, 7, 11. What happened to the 5? Well, we checked it here and we said if single prime number is equal to 5, which is the case with 5, of course, then continue, which means just go to the next repetition of your loop. So it doesn't execute that code anymore when this condition here is met because it just said continue. And now the difference to break, so let's have a look at break because that's another important internal word, is that now if break is called, the whole for each loop will be stopped. So you can see 2, 3, and then 5, well, 5 wasn't even called anymore. So it said, well, at least this one wasn't called anymore. So then it went outside of the loop and it was done. All right, so now you see what the for each loop can do, that you can use it with arrays. You can also use it with lists, and that you can use break and continue. And you can not only use break for each loops, you can use break and continue also for other loop types. And break is in general a word that we are going to use in different occasions as well, where I'm going to explain what it does. You're pretty much prepared for the challenges of loops. So now let's go to the next video where we're going to have a look at constructors and the basics of object-oriented programming.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like. And if you have any questions or suggestions, then leave a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And by the way, if you really love the content and you would like to have more of it, or pretty much all of it, then of course check out the link in the description to my whole course. See you in the next video.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.